The Oder is a river in Central Europe. It rises in the Czech Republic and flows through western Poland, later forming 187 kilometers of the border between Poland and Germany, part of the Oder-Neisse line. The river ultimately flows into the Szczecin Lagoon north of Szczecin and then into three branches that empty into the Gulf of Pomerania of the Baltic Sea. Names: the Oder is known by several names in different languages, but the modern ones are very similar: English and German, Oder, Czech, Polish, and Lower Sorbian Oder, Upper Sorbian Odra, Kashubian Odra, Medieval Latin Oder, Renaissance Latin Viodrus. Ptolemy gives for the localization of modern Oder a river sigma upsilon eta beta omicron sigma, which resembles the modern name Wiener for the main connection from the Szczecin Lagoon to the Baltic Sea. A mouth named Omicron iota alpha delta Omicron upsilon alpha, therefore Latin Viadua or Vildua, is localized by him at 1/3 of the distance between Swabios and Vistula. Maybe it is modern Wipras. In Old Church Slavonic language, the name of the river is Vjodr. Geography: the Oder is 854 kilometers long, 112 kilometers in the Czech Republic, 742 kilometers in Poland on the border between Germany and Poland, and is the second longest river in Poland. It drains a basin of 118,861 square kilometers, 106,056 square kilometers of which are in Poland, 7,217 square kilometers in the Czech Republic, and 5,587 square kilometers in Germany. Channels connect it to the Havel, Spree, Vistula system and Klonika. It flows through Silesian, Opel, Lower Silesian, Lubisz, and West Pomeranian voivodeships of Poland and the states of Brandenburg and Mecklenburg-Vorpommern in Germany. The main branch empties into the Szczecin Lagoon near Police, Poland. The Szczecin Lagoon is bordered on the north by the islands of Usedom and Wolan. Between these two islands, there is only a narrow channel going to the Bay of Pomerania, which forms a part of the Baltic Sea. The largest city on the Oder is Wrocław, in Lower Silesia. Navigation: the Oder is navigable over a large part of its total length, as far upstream as the town of Kozlay, where the river connects to the Gliwice Canal. The upstream part of the river is canalized and permits larger barges to navigate between the industrial sites around the Wrocław area. Further downstream the river is free-flowing, passing the towns of Eisenhüttenstadt and Frankfurt upon Oder. Downstream of Frankfurt the river Warta forms a navigable connection with Poznan and Bydgoszcz for smaller vessels. At Hohenzollern the Oder-Havel Canal connects with the Berlin waterways again. Near its mouth the Oder reaches the city of Szczecin, a major maritime port. The river finally reaches the Baltic Sea through the Szczecin Lagoon and the river mouth at Winoochi. History: the river in Germania Magna was known to the Romans as the Viadrus or Viadua in Classical Latin, as it was a branch of the Amber Road from the Baltic Sea to the Roman Empire. In German language it was and is called the Oder, written in older records as Oder or Odera in medieval Latin documents. It was mentioned in the Dagoma Iudex, which described territory of the Duchy of Poland under Mieszko I of Poland, California, 990, as a part of Duchy's western frontier, before Slavs settled along its banks. Oder was an important trade route and towns in Germania were documented along with many tribes living between the rivers Albis, Oder and Vistula. Centuries later, after Germanic tribes were long gone, the Bavarian geographer specifies the following West Slavic peoples: Slezane, Dadosizani, Opoloni, Lupigla, and Glnsizi in Silesia, and Wolinians and Pyrrhicians in western Pomerania. A document of the Bishopric of Prague mentions Salasan, Treboviani, Parborane, and Dados at Baltic Sea in Silesia. In the 13th century, the first dams were built to protect agricultural lands. The Finnau Canal, built for the first time in 1605, connects Oder and Havel. After completion of the more straight Oder-Havel Canal in 1914, its economic relevance decreased. The earliest important undertaking with a view of improving the waterway was due to the initiative of Frederick the Great, who recommended the diversion of the river into a new and straight channel in the swampy tract of land known as Oder Brook near Kustrin. The work was carried out in the years 1746 to 53, a large tract of marshland being brought under cultivation, a considerable detour cut off, and the main stream successfully confined to a canal. In the late 19th century, 3 additional alterations were made to the waterway: the canalization of the main stream at Breslau, and from the confluence of the Glatze Neisse to the mouth of the Klodnitz Canal, a distance of over 50 miles. These engineering works were completed in 1896. During 1887–91, the Oder-Spree Canal was made to connect the 2 rivers named. The deepening and regulation of the mouth and lower course of the stream. By the Treaty of Versailles, the navigation on the Oder became subject to International Commission of the Oder. Following the Articles 363 and 364 of the treaty, Czechoslovakia was entitled to lease in Stettin its own section in the harbour, then called Czechoslowakisch Zone im Hafenstettin. The contract of lease between Czechoslovakia and Germany, and supervised by the United Kingdom, was signed on February 16, 1929, and would end in 2028. However, after 1945, Czechoslovakia did not regain this legal position, de facto abolished in 1938–39. At the 1943 Tehran Conference, the Allies decided that the new eastern border of Germany would run along the Oder, but after World War II, the Oder and the Lusatian Neisse formed the Oder-Neisse line, which was designated by the victorious Allies at the Potsdam Conference as the new border between Poland and Germany. A significant percentage of the German populations east of these 2 rivers were evacuated by the Nazis or fled before the approaching Red Army. After the war, the remaining population was forcibly expelled in accordance with the Potsdam Agreement. East Germany confirmed the border with Poland in 1950, then West Germany, after a period of refusal, finally accepted the border in 1970. In 1990, newly reunified Germany and the Republic of Poland signed a treaty recognizing it as the border. Cities. Main section: Ostrava, Bohuman, Raceborz, Kędzierzyn-Koźle, Krapkowice, Opel, Brzeg, Olawa, Jelchlaskowice, Wrocław, Brzeg Dolny, Synowa, Szeligton Góra, Glogau, Bytom Odzanski, Nowosol, Krosno Odzanski, Eisenhüttenstadt, Frankfurt, Slabice, Kostrin, Sidynia, Schwedt, Wieraden, Garz, Gryfino, Szczecin, Police-Dewa Branch, Wolan, Kamień-Pomorski, Jaranau Wiener Branch, Winoodzki, Szczecin Lagoon, Nowe Wapno, Ułom and Pien Branch, Uzdom, Lasan, Wolgast, eastern tributaries, Ostrowice, Olca, Rod, Bieroka, Klonika, Zonka, Malopaniu, Stobrawa, Widawa, Jezierzyca, Baris, Kritskiro, Obrika, Jablona, Pliska, Olibok, Gryzinka, Varta with the Notek, Meisler, Kurzika, Stubia, Rosika, Tyw et Plonia, Ina, Gau, Wiener Kamiska, Western tributaries.